Hey guys, so we're up at Armory Gym in Hampstead now. I'm here with Jess Ems, one of my WBFF bikini girls. Today we're running through kind of, again, it's a high volume program that she's just come off the strength phase, 5x5. This is kind of reverse pyramiding, so we start off kind of higher reps and then we increase the weight and drop the repetitions drop and the weight increases on each one until we kind of hit failure on our 34th set. So I've been a coach stroke personal trainer for around about 13, 14 years now. Part of that was through university when I used to work strength and conditioning with my teammates. You know, I used to take them through personal training sessions, just for the love of the job, love of the sport. Really, it wasn't anything paid. I moved up to London as it was, I moved up there because they said, like, it was the only place to kind of make good money as a personal trainer. And the opportunities are always more vast in the capital city, and London's so metropolitan, and I've always wanted to live in London. So I've been in London now for 8 or 9 years. Started off as basic PT, smashing out kind of anything from 45 to 60 sessions a week, earning basic, but basic for London was still pretty good. But after a while, I think about 3-4 years of that, I was burnt out. I found that my concentration on each client wasn't as good because it was just about how many sessions. So I was looking for something else, and that something else came with online coaching. I've been with Dan about 2 years now. Again, the main focus is on strength conditioning. He is also on Fresh Fitness Food, so he's another advocate. Has been for 2 years now.
Yeah, I think it's really good in terms of the time saving, doing a corporate role. I'm really time poor, so it really helps with that. I think the variety of food is really good as well. They can take into account all my food intolerances is a massive plus in terms of the service. So overall, I'm really happy with it.
Okay guys, so I'm still up at the Armory in Hampstead. I've finished 2 clients now, and now I've got a bit of a break, so it's time for me to train. I've got a meeting at 3 that I've got to be down in Kensington for, but right now I can grab a quick post-workout meal. Oh, pre-workout meal, what am I talking about? So basically my meals are pretty much standard throughout the day. That's the way I like them. As I said before, I've got a macro buffer that about anything between 5 and 800 calories depending on the day, that I can kind of have whatever I want. Sometimes it's rice cakes, peanut butter, sometimes it's, I don't know, protein pancakes, peanut butter. Normally it's kind of fat and protein based. So I'm going to devour this. I'm going to get ready, and in about 45 minutes to an hour I'm going to get up, get ready, because it's time for legs day. Not ideal coming on a low day, but it's the way this week panned out. So I'm going to make sure I get my carbs in pre, post and intra training. Okay, so when it comes to coaching, training, kind of more the exercise side of things, it's one of the issues I face working with a lot of remote coaching, working with a lot of clients on a remote basis. The major issue I face is probably knowing that they're working at the right intensity level and the required intensity level that I require them to do, because a lot of them training for competitions. It's very easy to go into a gym and do the exercises that are prescribed, but there's a difference between doing the exercise prescribed and then doing the exercises at the required intensity. So that's why I use a lot of tempo in my training. Like, I'll make clients focus on, take the tempo as one of the admin things to focus on during a session. So a lot of the work I do and most of the exercise I do are focused on the slow eccentric. So either the kind of lowering phase of a bench press or a lowering phase of a squat, and making sure they spend at least kind of like anything from 3 to 5 seconds of attention per rep, which equates to a larger time and attention per session. Therefore, it elicits a much better kind of hypertrophy response, and you can focus through your more kind of strength responses as well, whether you're in a strength phase or a hypertrophy phase. So, I'm not a person, and I'm not a coach that just kind of prescribes a couple of exercises and let them go. I'm all about individualizing it for the client. Sometimes tempos don't work too well with clients. Sometimes higher volume, supersetting, monster setting, you're not going to give this to a client that's kind of almost starting out, or a client that's a week away from the competition. A lot of people just send out, a lot of coaches send out kind of almost like generic programs that have worked for people in the past, And sure, they may get a result with a certain clientele you sent it through, but it's not built for the client. My plans are built for my clients. They're built, I take in not just the competitors and all my other clients, I take into account their lifestyle, I take into account what time they wake up, when are they able to eat, because some people just aren't enabled to have that perfect kind of 5 to 6 meals a day. Some people do have to, have something to eat, and then they're in meetings until about 2 o'clock, and then that's when they can get their next meal. Sometimes it's not convenient to have even a fresh fitness foods package waiting for you. You're not going to go bring that in a meeting and start chowing down on a meal from Tupperware when you're in with your prospective clients. It's not going to happen. So everything has to be pretty much bespoke, and that leads on to the way I design stuff for my clients. So I take a lot of information before I kind of develop the plans. Ascertain their lifestyle, their sleep patterns, whether they're going to get enough rest and recovery, whether they're going to be how many sessions they're not only able to complete in a week, but are physically able to complete. Like I wouldn't start stressing them out trying to get them to fit 2 sessions in a day and things like this. Again, it just leads to the kind of bespokeness of the training session and of the sessions I devise for them and the programs. Hey guys, so we are back at Alex Fitness in Imperial Wharf. Unfortunately, my client Rashid had to cancel. It happens a lot as a trainer, we get this a lot. Like my first client this morning cancelled, which is why I got to do cardio. So I have roped in someone that you may recognise. So she gets a session from me, master trainer, all for free. Check that out. So she's got to be happy about that.
Lucky me.
And she gets to be a little kind of guinea pig. But Lena doesn't compete. She does hair and makeup for TV and film. She always trains. She's always trained. She enjoys training. So she's very not normal, of course. She's far from normal. She's elite, but she's not a competitor. So
I always say this like I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
I think because I always thought you just trained competitors.
Exactly, which is one of the things. Like I do train competitors. Like it's a big part of what I do, and it's what I love doing. But most of my business and most people I work with actually are normal professionals that just kind of want to shape up, get trim, beach, holiday, whatever.
Bikini body.
Yeah, bikini body. I think it's quite inane, and a lot of females do it, especially females. When they're trying to lose weight, when they're trying to get in shape, they actually undereat by kind of a substantial amount, and they end up kind of going to that whole kind of yo-yo dieting, kind of vicious cycle. You need to eat to fuel the body. You need to eat to burn fat. Like your body will work optimally when it's fed. Like when it's at its happiest, it will work optimally, and that's all kind of bodily functions as well, with kind of digestion, and that includes fat metabolism. So get someone to work out your macros, do it yourself, get Fresh Fitness Foods on board, or get working using MyFitnessPal, and you'll find that you do actively need to eat more. You will not only feel better, you'll look better, your training will be better, and yeah, generally you will be better, but just get someone to help you on that. Back home after a long day. Hasn't ended quite yet. I've been pretty busy today. So I'm just going to set up, get some emails done, stuff that I kind of flagged up on my phone today that I need to respond to today. A few updates. Didn't get to do all my check-ins yesterday, so I'm going to get the rest of them done today. We've got about 3 or 4 left. These are my online clients that kind of checked in with me every week just to kind of see where their progress is. And then after that's done, it's probably going to take me about an hour and a half. I'm going to shoot off and we're going to go to the cinema. And that's a day end for us. It's one of my favourite things to do.